Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Old Man Logan and Old Man Hawkeye 2-pack. I got this pack from Amazon.com. It's in stock right now for retail. I got this pack because, number one, the figures look pretty cool, and number two, I thought I might be able to use this Hawkeye as an Old Man Oliver Queen from The Dark Knight Returns. Maybe remove one of his arms and do some minor alterations. We'll see how that works out. So let's go and check out the packaging here. As you can see at the top, Marvel Legends, X-Men logo, Marvel's Logan, Marvel's Hawkeye, Hasbro. Here they are with all their accessories. One side here, Old Man Logan posed up. On the other side, Hawkeye. At the bottom, there's a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode in case that helps anybody. The back side here, you can see the two of them. So with no further ado, let's open them up. Alright, now that we got these guys out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out. We've got Logan, or Wolverine. He comes with an alternate head, totaling 2 different heads, and then an alternate pair of hands, totaling 4 interchangeable hands. We've got 2 that are accommodating the claws, and 2 that are open. And then we've got Hawkeye, Clint Barton. He comes with an alternate head with sunglasses on. Comes with the 2 different bow and arrows. He has his quiver. And then the 2 figures share the Baby Hulk accessory. Before we look at the accessories, let's check out the actual figures. These guys look pretty cool, like they're from a dystopian, post-apocalyptic future. I like it. Tattered up, beat up. Looks like this guy's mostly going to be on the Old Man Logan body. We'll definitely check that out later. This is the head that I'm probably going to use, as it's different from the previous head. The hat, it's weathered, torn up. I like it. He's got his big coat. I like it. The claws looking pretty good. And then we've got Hawkeye here. Hair flowing. I like the sunglasses head as well. I like it a lot. Bandage on the arm, 1 glove. And then here they are, broken down as far as they can go, with all of their removable parts detached. In this video, we're going to check out each figure separately, their accessories, height, and articulation, and then we'll show them together compared with many different action figure lines. So let's start off with Wolverine, or Old Man Logan. So here's the Logan figure. Let's start off by looking at his accessories, and we'll start off with his hands. So Logan here comes with 2 different pairs of hands that can be displayed in 3 different ways. We've got the sort of grabbing type hands, and those do not have the means to attach the claws. Then you can display his other hands as either fists or with the Wolverine claws out. Here he is with his first pair of hands. I'm going to refer to these as grabbing hands. These should help you hold Baby Hulk in his arm, and these have no way to attach the claws. Here's his other pair of hands. These can double up as fists or have the claws in them, but if you want to use them as just fists, they have those hideous holes in them, but definitely happy to have a third display option. Here he is with his claws attached and extended. He can sort of make an X, the X-Men logo with his claws. He can have 1 claw out as if he's getting ready to open this can of beer. He can even make an obscene gesture with his claws. There are just so many different options, and even though they're removable, they don't fall out very easily. Nice job here. Now let's check out his heads. He's got 2 of them. The one on the left with the hat and the more scruff, the gray beard, is new to this 2-pack. The one on the right is the same we got from the previous Old Man Logan figure. Here he is with his first head, the one with the hat on. Like I said before, I really like the way the hat looked, all tattered up on the edges. And on the front here, old, weathered, beard, stubble, looking pretty nice. This guy could double up in your Western displays. Here's his other head, pretty similar, no hat, a little more clean shaven, and looking pretty angry. Here's this head next to the original Old Man Logan release head. They are definitely the same. And while we're on the subject, as far as reuse here. 100% of everything is exactly the same except for this middle jacket piece and this big trench coat. Even the jacketed sleeves are exactly the same, and this is some reuse, in my opinion, that works very well. Minor paint differences on the pants. Looks like the shirt's the same. Jacket sleeves paint different, same fists, same head, just different jacket center, and it looks great. Now let's take a look at little baby Hulk. Here he is, all swallowed up. I remember my kid was that young, we called it a baby burrito. He's got a purple pacifier. He's got, I don't know, kind of a modern haircut. It looks kind of odd on a baby like that. Overall, pretty cool. Nice little green baby to save. Here's Logan holding the baby. Didn't come out nearly as good as I thought it would with these hands. Looks a little awkward. And while this is definitely not an accessory that came with this figure, I have this Toy Biz Lord of the Rings horse that works great with this guy. Ever since I got this figure, one of the first things I wanted to do was put him onto a horse. Fits on the saddle pretty good, scaling up nicely, and the little slit in his jacket allows him to sit on there pretty nicely. Although I believe in the comics the horse was a little bit more white, I just think the figure looks better on that brown horse. It actually has a saddle and some gear. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to top, he's sitting at about 5.9 inches tall, which is going to translate to a hair under 15 centimeters. And now, let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, you can rotate from side to side. You can sort of go forward and back on the neck a little bit. Look down that far, up that much. Easy to pop it off and pop it back on. Shoulders on a ball joint, then go out a little bit less than 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows below that. It's about as far as you're going to get them to go in though. His wrists can rotate and it's hinged. He's got a traditional ab crunch in here. Waist swivel. Legs go out about this far, not too impressive. They're on a ball joint. Forward that much. Back not too much. Bicep cut. Double jointed knees. His feet up, down. Can tilt a little bit and rotate. Here he is next to a couple of other Old Man Logan figures. The first two are from the Old Man Logan storyline in the comics. The third one there, it's not from Old Man Logan, but it is an Old Man Logan. I believe he's from Days of Future Past. Here he is next to all the different Logan figures I have in sort of plain clothes or civilian attire. Now let's check out Old Man Hawkeye. I got this figure for two reasons. Number one, this action figure set is pretty cool. They both look nice and it's from a pretty cool source material. So I'm going to use them as is. But I also thought he might make for a good Old Man Oliver Queen from The Dark Knight Returns. One of his arms was missing in that story. He had long gray hair, although he was bald at the top. And of course, he's a fellow archer, just like Hawkeye. So we'll check that out later in the video. But for now, here's that figure. He looks pretty good. Hair flowing in the back. He's got two bow and arrows, two heads, a quiver, and a satchel. So let's check out his accessories first, starting off with his heads. Here's his first head, the one he came with. It looks pretty good. Got the hair flowing. Got the gray, scruffy beard. I personally think the detail is pretty nice on both these figures. And here's his second head. This one has sunglasses on. This is when he was starting to go blind in the comics. This head looks every bit as good as the other one, possibly even better. Beard looks good, sunglasses look good, hair pulled back in a ponytail. Looks like quite the tough guy. Now let's check out his satchel. Thing got some pockets down at the bottom, a little flap there, completely in brown, soft strap, silver buckle. Here he is without the satchel, and here with it attached. Now let's check out his bows and his quiver. Quiver here, one solid piece, got a peg, will attach to a peg hole in his back. Definitely have seen this release with a couple other Hawkeyes before. Then his regular bow. A little bit of a soft material and kind of bend it a little bit. And then we've got his, I don't know, sort of automated bow. Maybe it's a scope up here, not certain. Looks like the handle up here. Bow pre-attached. Different colors on here. Looks okay. Pretty cool. Here he is wearing his quiver. Here he is holding and getting ready to fire his regular bow. And then doing the same with his other bow. And this looks really good. It just sort of came out naturally. One arm extended. His fingers fit right in there. It's like it's just so easy to pose this thing. And now that we've taken a pretty good look at this figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to top, sitting at about 6.5 inches tall, considerably taller than Logan, although he's notoriously short. And that's going to translate to about 16.5 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head, can rotate around, can look up and down about that much. Shoulders on a ball joint, they can go out a little bit more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. Looks like he does have a butterfly joint, allowing him to go forward and back with his shoulders. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows below that. They can go in that far. Wrists can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. He's got an ab crunch here in the middle. Traditional waist swivel. Legs on a ball joint. They can go this far out. Forward about that much. Back, not at all. He's got a thigh cut, double jointed knees, and his feet go up, down. They can tilt and rock, and then he's got a boot cut above that. And now I don't have any Hawkeye figures to compare him to, as I've gotten rid of the old ones I used to have. But let's see what else I was going to possibly do with this guy. Maybe use him for an older Oliver Queen. Here he is with his arm removed. Boiled up some water, stuck him in there, left him in for a pretty long amount of time as the shoulder peg is a little bit thicker than some of the other limbs. Pulled it out. Now this is not comic accurate as how he looked in the graphic novel The Dark Knight Returns, but it works for me. We've got an older, grizzled archer missing an arm. I'm probably going to leave this guy like this in my Dark Knight Returns display. It's going to satisfy at least me. In the Dark Knight Returns continuity, this would be Oliver Queen as a young Green Arrow. This is a Mattel DC Universe Classics Green Arrow figure, what I consider probably the best classic Green Arrow out there. And as he got older, here's how he turned out. Now behind the scenes, superheroes were sort of disbanded per the government, and Oliver Queen wouldn't go along. I believe Superman uses heat vision to remove his arm, kind of making him useless as an archer. And in The Dark Knight Returns, the older Oliver Queen ended up teaming up with Batman, Robin, and the Sons of Batman to sort of rebuild Gotham. And when Oliver found out that Batman was going to be fighting Superman with what was probably going to be a fight to the death, his only stipulation to help was he wanted a piece of Superman. So Batman, Bruce Wayne, gave him a kryptonite arrow to use against the Man of Steel at the perfect moment. And in the comics, Oliver Queen ended up getting shot in the leg. He ended up hanging up upside down from a fire escape, shooting that kryptonite arrow right at the Man of Steel, right as he's getting ready to kill Batman. The DC Direct Superman from The Dark Knight Returns actually came with an arrow with a removable piece of kryptonite on the end. It's like you just have all the props to make this work perfect. Here's Logan and Hawkeye defending this baby Hulk to the end. And here they both are, riding on horses. Here's Logan and Hawkeye taking advantage of some downtime, having a drink at the bar. And now, let's check them out compared with some other action figures from different various companies to see how they fit in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix them with. Here they are with some of their Hasbro Marvel Legends brothers. Here they are next to some G.I. Joe figures, also from Hasbro. You may notice how short Logan looks. That's just a character trait of his, though. Then, here they are with some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. And here they are, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. Now, next to some Mafex figures. Then, next to some Mattel, DC Universe Classics, and Multiverse figures. And here they are, next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. Then, with some Mattel wrestling figures. And here, with some NECA figures. Then, with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here, with some McFarlane toys. And finally, here they are with some DST or Diamond Select toys. So overall, this is a pretty nice figure set. Some of the reuse for Old Man Logan is a little much, but it's Marvel Legends. There's a lot of reuse throughout the line. These guys' sculpt, articulation, accessories are all pretty nice. Paint job's good as well. I can see myself getting a lot of mileage out of these two figures, both in my DC and in my Marvel collection. Really enjoyed setting up some of the dioramas and props used in this video. These guys are just a bunch of fun so far. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.